Yeah.
Also, let me before we shout out to Smitty and Israel. What up, though?
Yo, good, good, good. You said it's your last show. I had to go ahead and click in, man. I wasn't gonna let you go out like without me.
Oh yeah, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, wait
Last
a
show
minute. This
on
your last
JBJ
show?
Network. On JBJ Network, yeah. But I still be posting videos on my channel alone.
Oh,
Uh,
oh, okay, okay. Nah, nah. You
yeah.
just hey, bro. You spreading your wings. Okay, all right. So you not out of the mix. You just okay. Hey, bro. Wait,
No,
look, man. Salute, bro. I'm gonna
yeah,
be right
man.
there with you wherever you go, bro. So let's just rock out regardless. Let's do it.
For sure. Then I'll be doing my other channel, Motivational Heart. You know what I'm saying? So,
Man, go ahead and tell the truth, man. Wally showed you on them thief pics and shit. He showed you the game, didn't
no, nigga.
he?
No, no, I don't care about. I don't really care about these bitches' feet. What the fuck I'm gonna care about this nigga feet? But nah, man. But yeah. So like, thoughts like, anybody got something to say about the trade? Well, CJ, just finish off, and I go with Israel Smitty next. What you
Okay.
think about? Um,
Get to me last. Get to me last.
all right, what you think about Bradley Beal going to the Suns? You got Chris Paul going to the Golden State Warriors. Jordan Poole going to the Wizards, and who else? I think it's somebody else. Uh, well, Josh Collins, he went to the Jazz. The Hawks made a trade to send him to the Jazz for some future draft picks.
Yeah.
Um, so, what's your thoughts on that? Well, let me just say this: with Chris Paul, I said it earlier before you came up here. I said, I mean, I think that's good for the Wizards because I mean, I don't care what nobody. I know we say a lot about Jordan Poole, how inconsistent he is. He could turn the ball over and he could throw up bad shots. For me, I'm not trading my young boy for no old vet that haven't proven he can stay healthy in the playoffs. I'm just not doing it. You know, but what's your thoughts, bro?
Well, I'm gonna start from John Collins. That was just a free of cap space move because now they got the most cap space going into free agency, starting with 25 million. So that was nothing but just a money deal. And on
Yeah,
top of that, they've been trying to get rid of John Collins for years. Every year we hear that nigga name in some type of trade talks, bro. They've been trying to get rid of bro. So that is
yeah,
it's like about time with that deal. I ain't even worry about that shit. Um,
right.
Jordan Poole going to the Wizards. That's like it's time to prove yourself. You've been balling on the team. You know what I'm saying? That was actually already established before you got there. They was just hurt when you originally started playing and you know what I'm saying, getting your feet wet in the league. Then they came back and you really started balling for real, for real. Now it's time to show can you actually handle yourself while like with your own team. Can you run a team yourself? I mean, even though the team is hot garbage, shit, you got to start from somewhere.
I mean, hey, man, he's young, bro. So no, this is an opportunity. Look, he got a ring. This is an opportunity to just, you know, what I'm
Exactly.
saying,
Prove yourself.
put his step in his on his legacy now. Be a star. I think he got the potential to be an all star. Um, just keep the Wizards they keep just building around him. You know,
Yeah.
like you said, I don't see them. We're not gonna talk playoffs or nothing, but it's definitely good for them moving in the right direction. Um,
I mean, I
we
don't
got a
even think
super.
we can talk play in.
Nah, I mean, anything can happen. Anything can happen. I
Mm.
mean, I don't think they was that far off from the play in last year. But
I mean, but they wasn't. You're right. But considering Kuzma, he just went into free agency too. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Like you gotta consider all these other people that's possibly finna leave the Wizards.
yeah.
So them niggas might be hot shit next year. I ain't even worry about them. Chris Paul
What
to the
about
Warriors though, that
yeah,
that's that kind of confused me. I ain't gonna jack because it's like why would you as a Warrior? I know JP he kind of played pretty bad these past playoffs with you know what I'm saying how streaky he is, but that's what happens to streaky shooters like that. You gonna miss some, you gonna make some. But I wouldn't trade him like you said for a man that ain't really proven himself in the playoffs. But at the same time, it's gonna be pretty interesting to see Steph Curry really playing kind of like off ball damn near if they're gonna have Chris Paul playing the 1, Curry playing the 2, Clay the 3, and then so on and so forth. It'd be pretty interesting to see Steph actually play the 2 for the first time.
Yeah, yeah. I think they have. I mean, I think they'll switch every now and then. But I don't
Yeah,
know,
they probably
man.
will. They'll probably switch off, but because of the size difference, Steph taller than CP3. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So they'll probably just
and
push Steph to the
also,
2 just based off of that.
and like I said, man, it really depends. I mean, maybe they try to clear up some space for Draymond. You know, um, I mean, that's the only reason I could think why they would trade Jordan for
Well,
Chris Paul.
well, like I said in the chat, it only makes sense if they're going to trade Clay to get bigger. Clay can't play the 3; he's too small. And so if you put, Chris Paul is definitely going to be the 1 that moves Steph to the 2. You got to use Clay as trait bait to get bigger. I think they're going to re-sign Draymond for $100 million, but they got to get bigger to be competitive in the West. They got to get bigger. Now, if they don't do that, then it makes no sense because they'll be too small with Clay at the 3. Who the hell Clay gonna guard LeBron? Come on.
Well, we live in now as a positionless basketball now, so I mean,
Yeah, that's if you got flexible guys. Clay is not that guy.
yeah.
Yeah, see, if you got a Kawhi type of guy, long, linky guy that can play multiple positions, it works. But Clay is not that guy.
Yeah, especially with him dealing with injuries. Like if he didn't ever have them injuries, maybe that would have been also okay. I could see, but him as a defensive player now after them injuries, he's definitely not the same.
But Clay on the right team he'll be a perfect fit for as a shoot up, as a spot up shooter on certain teams. I'd like to see what happens.
Yeah.
I'd like to see what happens. I want to wait and see. I mean, he'd be a great fit on Miami. He'd be a great fit for the Suns.
Lakers.
I mean, there's a couple of teams he'd be good on Denver. I mean, Sacramento. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
If he go to Denver.
So yeah, I mean, Clay is gonna. I mean, he's gonna be, but they got to get a big man for him. They got to get big, and I mean credible big. I ain't talking about just Joe Schmo or somebody. Now, going back to what Rob said about Poole on the Wizards, I like that because now it takes the pressure off of him, and he can develop with no pressure. There's no pressure in Washington on them right now. Nobody's looking for them to make the play-in or the playoffs. Take a couple of years, make a couple of all-star games in the East. It should be easy and develop. You know what I mean? He ain't got that because, like I said, Golden State is going to be in win. They got to be in win now mode because you can't have a generational talent like Steph and you ain't in win mode every season while he's healthy. You got to be in that mode, or you're wasting him. So to have a young guy that needs to develop, that kind of don't fit in the mold. The chemistry don't fit. And I think that was what Poole, he never fit the chemistry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I honestly, I thought they fit the chemistry once that shit happened with him and Draymond. And Draymond even meant that. He said once
it was horrible after that.
So, hey, Smitty, what's your thoughts on these trades? Then we'll move on to the next subject.
Well, I'll comment, of course, on my squad, especially after what Israel just said. Salute, Izzy.
Yeah,
man,
I like that.
Man, no. I'm gonna tell you right now, we are once again, just like my skins, we're making the same mistake that we have been making for the longest. Now, watch this. Is he a good fit to come in as a guard? Absolutely. I just looked him up and everything and got a little feel for him. Definitely. I like what I see. The thing is this though. Now I'm just gonna go down the list of names. Okay, all right. So we got Haywood. Okay, we got Mirasan. Okay, all right. We got Eton Thomas. Okay, all right. The best we've ever had down low, honestly, from what I know, was possibly maybe been Gortat. I'm talking about since my lifetime. I ain't talking about from the what was that Chamberlain and all of that. No, from my lifetime. So all I know, because you was gonna go there. But I'm just
Oh,
saying.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, like we keep on getting these guards. Now, the reason why I say that, we had Arenas and Butler and Jameson. We had Wall and Bill and we had Chaney, Weber, and Tracy Murray. But we've had continuous years because I'm a Wizards fan. I'm a Bullets fan, right? First, you know that. But the one thing I notice is we keep on failing to really hone in and get a good big man. So all I'm saying is this. That's a nice little fit, but watch how it doesn't really go. It's not going to amount to nothing because we still not solid down low. We need a solid big man down low. Some kind of solid, bro. We do.
But I don't think y'all needed this season coming.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Why you say that?
Because you're not ready to compete on that level with the teams who are competitive right now. So
how else are we supposed to get ready, Izzy, if we don't go ahead and start putting these? I'm saying put these things in place. So him coming there is cool. That would be good if all I'm saying is this to land it. I would have much preferred if we would have got a solid big man instead of a guard, as opposed to a guard and not no solid big man down low, bro. We need somebody solid down low. That's my team. I've watched us year in and year out, and I know what our flaws be coming down to. That going into the end of the third quarter, end of the fourth, I know what it be coming down to. I watch us.
So
we need a big man.
You know what big man I see y'all might have a chance of getting?
Please tell me.
Zion.
That will be nice. Forget all that other stuff. I want you for what you do on the court. Forget everything else. I don't care if you were saying.
I don't know if that's going to happen this season, though. But I see Washington playing a little bit of chess right now and moving some pieces around to set themselves up for the future.
Maybe so. I think
that's smart. And Zion got to get moved. He can't stay in New Orleans. He's worn his welcome out. He got to go. He got to go. Huh?
How?
With the off-court stuff.
Oh man, because of them hoes, man. They ain't got shit to do with his game though.
No, I ain't talking about his game. I'm talking about what the organization ain't gonna tolerate. Sometimes it ain't about your game.
But what makes you think that he can just take that and because you don't think say I was the owner of the other organization and I know that that's what it is. I don't want you bringing that over here.
The same reason that the Lakers took AD. I mean, we've seen teams that'll take a gamble on a guy or
that is true. That is true. Antonio Davis.
Right. So we've seen it. Even LA.
So yeah, you're right.
They give two shits about who he fucking, man.
They care because
I said that, Rob. I'm with you. I said I don't care. I said I like what you do on the court. Forget that. I don't care about that.
I think if anything, you just gotta just stay healthy. You know,
and that's the other problem. That's been his other issue where he hasn't been able to control his weight. And I don't think that organization is disciplined enough for a guy like him.
They already paid him big bucks, so I mean, I'm not trading him for no box of cookies.
They haven't paid him. He's still on his rookie contract. He ain't got paid yet.
No. You gotta.
Hey, y'all, hold on. I got a call coming in. Hold on.
Okay.
Him and Ja they both got extensions after their second year. Zion got a $200 million extension coming off the injury, coming off a full season of injury. No,
his numbers have been great for them. When the boy plays,
they gave him $250 million
when the
that
boy
started,
plays,
that started
their
this
numbers
past
are
year.
phenomenal when he
So,
plays.
I'm not
Um,
trading him for some garbage. So his
well,
ass went-
how many years? Look it up and see how many years he got left on his current contract. I'm curious.
bro, he signed like a 5-year extension.
Look it up for me if you don't mind. I want to know the exact year if you can tell me.
Well, since we bringing up Zion, you said Zion going to the Wizards. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I don't
He
give a
ain't
fuck
going
who the
there.
Wizards get. Them niggas still gonna be shit.
Well, I didn't say he's going. I could see it happening. And I could see them trying to make a run at it. That doesn't mean he's gonna take it. I'm just
The
saying
Wizards
they gonna
need
make an attempt.
the Wizards
Yeah,
need
man.
the other Zion.
Zion got a 5-year. He signed a 5-year extension after his third season in the league. After that was the year
So
he
my
didn't
question
play a
is,
whole
what's
year.
his final year? That's all I want to know.
Bro, he's there for 5 more years.
So
I'm
can
trying
you
to
just
tell
tell me
you.
what year it is?
2000,
197. Yeah, like 2000.
2028.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's there for a
So
minute.
when's LeBron's contract run out? His current contract.
I think it's after this year.
I thought it was 27 or 28 too.
No, it's this next current year. He going to
Next
free
current
agency
year.
after he
Yeah.
What he got
signed
a player
freshman year in
option next
college.
year? Is that what he got?
No, his free
No,
agency
no,
contract is up. After Bronny's freshman year of college, which is LeBron's this coming season.
Okay.
yeah, he playing with his son next year.
What about Steph? When did his current contract run out? Anybody know?
Nah, I'm not sure about that one, but I know he signed a fat ass extension.
He there for
Yeah, I
life.
know he did. I know he did.
Well, that's all we know.
Clay did too, right? They both did around the same time, right?
I think everybody but Draymond did.
Everybody but Draymond, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think some of these teams are looking towards that time period, 27, 28, to when they're gonna be more competitive and financially competitive with some of these current. They can't get competitive with these teams right now. There's not like Portland. Portland is running into that issue. There is nothing Portland can do to match anybody up with Dame to make them competitive in the West. It will not happen. It will not happen. So I mean, some teams just got to come to the realization of that. We gonna move him and build over now while we can get some value for him. And I think Dame is gonna wind up in Miami after it's said and done. I think that's gonna happen. Or Dallas.
Yeah.
Or
We'll
Dallas.
see. Well, speaking of Portland, let's talk about the draft. Because Portland had the number 3 pick in the draft.
Mhm.
Let's let's just talk about the eye catchers. Of course, number 1 Victor Wembanyama went number 1
Mhm.
San Antonio. Uh,
And San Antonio is sitting on 40 million.
you said what?
They got 40 million cap space.
That's gonna be interesting too. I don't think they're gonna get from nobody at least not this year.
No, I
But
don't see them jumping up this year, but I'd be definitely keeping my eye on them.
yeah. Also, my favorite person to draft to me, I know Victor. He's a generation talent, but to me, this guy right here, I say he's probably the better overall player in my opinion. Brandon Miller
Mm-hmm.
from Alabama went to the Charlotte Hornets. You got Scoot Henderson, from the G League Elite squad. Went to the Portland Trailblazers.
And they can still trade that 3 too, by the way. It ain't too late. So they might. I don't see it happening.
No, they're not.
I don't see it happening, but I'm just saying it's out there,
No, that's to me that would be retarded.
Well,
don't do that.
it depends. I mean, I don't know. I've seen some of these owners over the years do some crazy ass shit. So,
I think you move forward with school and you move on from Dame. In my opinion,
that's what I think they should do. I agree with you.
But let's CJ, what's your thoughts on the draft, man? Anybody that caught your eye? Anybody you like? Oh, he's a steal. I do have one person that was a steal in my opinion, and that's Imani Bates. He's going to the Cleveland Cavaliers. That That's a good pickup for the Cavs. I think he's going to play immediately. I think
Mm.
he is coming off the bench. He got a chance of starting. I like the Cavs picking him in my debate in the second round of that. So
And
they
Cavs
definitely
is another team where it's no pressure right now. So I
no,
like those young guys can develop. You know what I mean? Get their game together. So damn, I like that move too, man.
yeah, for
I
sure.
like that as well.
CJ, thoughts on the draft? Oh, CJ, you there?
Oh yeah, I'm there. I ain't hear what you said. My bad. You were in and out for a second.
I know. Like, what's your thoughts on the draft?
I mean, it was a good draft. I mean, overall, I mean, like y'all pretty much said, Brandon Miller. Well, pretty much you, Rob. Brandon Miller to me is the best player in the draft. I mean, he's 6'9", but playing shooting guard, bro. That's
Yeah.
fucking ridiculous. I
He can
mean,
move around. He can play the small forward.
What we talking about? Penny Hardaway is, but with a better body.
nah,
He,
he got a
he,
jumper.
he remind me
Penny
of.
Hardaway had a jumper.
They compare him to, and this is his favorite player. But they compare him to Paul George. They said the
Okay.
Steelers could be
Yeah,
Paul George.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
but he's
so
more of like a spot up shooter though. Like he running around screens and you giving him to him off the screen and he catching and
So Reggie
pulling one
Miller
thing.
with a better body.
I mean, he gets to the rim. He's athletic too. So I mean, Paul George is pretty much a decent comparison. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I
Okay.
think the
Cool.
one that'll probably change the team the most,
Yeah.
I ain't gonna front is Scoot Henderson.
I think it's Brandon because now he went with Lamelo and the Hornets desperately need like a. I
Well,
don't think he can. I think he can play shooting guard, but I think he's going to be mostly playing a small forward. But
here's
I
the
think
Hornets' problem. They saw part of it this year when Michael Jordan sold the team. He sold his shares in the team. Michael Jordan fucked up the Hornets big time. So with him out, now they get the rest of them North Carolina people because that's all Jordan did was hire people from North Carolina, from up there in Raleigh. So if they could rebuild that organization, I agree with you. That's going to be a good pickup for them. But historically, the Hornets have had problem with ownership.
why you
Great city, great facilities. Ownership has been the problem, man.
why you think Scoot going why you think Scoot's a better he can help the team now? Why you think that, Steven?
I mean, just because it's gonna be interesting for me personally. Scoot he might be only like 6'2", 6'3", but he plays as if he was like 6'6". You know what
Mm,
I'm saying? He's like a above the rim guy, like shoots fast as shit. Like he got the speed of
Very
like how
athletic.
D Rose is. He's athletic as shit like D Rose was, but he can take you out and drag you off the dribble like Gilbert
mm,
Arenas could.
mm.
You know what I mean? So I mean, him and Damian Lillard, it's kind of different because like Dame, he like to step out and shoot. Now
Right.
you got another guard that's attacking the rim to where Dame can really just focus on just shooting.
Well,
And on
Dame is
top of that,
gone, man.
I
Dame is
mean,
gone. Yeah.
as of right now, we don't know. We don't know that for sure. I mean, we might claim he going, yeah, but until they make it official, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't that nigga still Blazer with me. So I mean, until they make that shit official and or whatever, Dame he a Blazer, and with Dame and Scoot, if they even play 10 games together, they'll probably win like in my opinion 6 out of the 10 at least.
Yeah. I mean that's look, I think either way, I don't think the Blazers, Dame, no Dame, they not doing shit. I mean,
I mean, oh yeah, but also look at it like this too. Now I thought about it. My bad, not to cut you off, Rob. I just thought about this other point. Brandon Miller
Okay.
and Victor Wembanyama, neither one of them have true vets.
no.
Dame can actually teach Scoot Henderson something. What the fuck can anybody on the Spurs teach Victor Wembanyama?
Well, but
That organization is
right.
great, man.
But
He's
what Victor have, he still got Pop, got a Hall
yeah,
of Fame
he
coach.
gonna benefit from that organization,
So he's
man.
gonna benefit that from Pop. And you gotta think too, bro. I mean, I heard that he already had dinner with Tim Duncan, David
Of course
Robinson,
he did.
Tony Parker. So
Of course he
they,
did.
I mean, they just decided too. So he got access to those guys. So
Yeah,
I mean,
David Robinson's still floating around. Come on.
the stealing for Vic, man. Unfortunately, you won't have to bring a championship to that organization. You
Right,
I
know,
not at
mean,
all.
you right. I mean, I hear you. I hear what y'all saying about his relationships with the niggas that he ain't playing with.
yeah.
Who the fuck
Yeah,
he hooping with?
but
What?
he ain't got to win this year.
I get that,
That's the
but
good
man,
part.
one of the three players that we talking about gotta win this year.
So why we just sit back and watch their development?
True, but at the
Yeah,
same time, what I'm looking at it like this though: LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller, who LaMelo Ball is looked at as the big dog on this team, and he's still trying to figure out his way around the league, his damn self.
Yeah.
The Spurs don't got fucking nothing right now. All they got is Victor Wembanyama. He is the big dog. So the team is going to figure out as he figures it out.
yeah,
Scoot Henderson is walking into a situation where he's a player has made it at least to the Western Conference Finals before.
yeah. But Popovich has been good at molding young players and
What the
building.
fuck can Popovich do on the court though? Besides yell at the nigga.
Yeah, he has a track record of proving what he can do. He built a dynasty from the ground up.
Off of one nigga.
No, it wasn't just one. What are you talking about?
It was one nigga.
No, it
Your nigga
wasn't.
won all
Tim,
5 of them championships.
I'm not talking about just championships. I'm talking about dynasty. They were competitive every year for damn near a
What?
decade.
Off of one nigga.
No, it
Tim
wasn't. Man.
Duncan.
Even before they got Tim Duncan, they were competitive. They were competitive with David Robinson.
Yeah,
Where
David
did they go with
Robinson.
David Robinson?
Hey, you had
Where
Tony
did they go?
Parker. You had
Where did they go with David
Ginobili.
Robinson?
They had
Besides David Robinson scoring
they had a
71, where did they go?
successful year. You ain't gonna win every year, and you can't make the measurement, the finals
Yeah.
every year.
He
That can't
didn't.
be the measurement.
He developed guys like Tony Parker. He
Tony
wasn't.
Parker, Ginobili, Kawhi Leonard came out of that fold. Come on, man.
I see what CJ talking about as well, though.
Yeah,
He
but they got
that-
40 and they got $40 million. Like they are really sitting lovely right now.
Okay, and look, that dynasty began when Tim Duncan got drafted with David Robinson,
Nope.
a motherfucker that could teach him some shit. Victor Wembanyama ain't got nothing.
He got Popovich.
Well,
A nigga who's not on the court.
Well, you got to think too, bro. It's a lot different still, but Vic, he got pro experience. I mean, he might not
let's
have
be real.
NBA experience, but he's been having pro experience for a few years since his teammate.
We wouldn't even be talking about Golden State Warriors if it wasn't for Mark Jackson, right? Mark Jackson set up that dynasty. So the person behind the scenes matters. They matter.
It matters, you're right, but there was also 4 other fucking people who could work that system. You can't win with just one nigga.
If it wasn't for Mark Jackson, none of that shit would have happened.
You're right, but there was also Steph, Clay.
It
Draymond,
wouldn't have
Harrison
been no
Barnes,
Steph if it
fucking
wasn't for Mark. That's what
motherfucking
I'm saying.
Andrew Bogut. Okay, then what? Okay.
You got to have an organization. That's why certain teams
And
just.
you also got to have teammates.
You can get teammates later, but you got to have a foundation. And you got to have a good organization. That's what made the
And they
Golden
have
State
not
Warriors.
been a good organization. They have been shit since Tim Duncan left.
Okay,
What the
that
fuck?
was the end. That was the end of a
I think they're in
dynasty.
a step in the right direction.
That was
Hopefully,
the end of a dynasty.
Vic, depends how Vic turn out. I feel like they could be in the position where they could bring other guys to that team now.
Yeah, you got to see what you're working with.
So, but I mean, either way, I mean, thinking about the top 3 picks. I mean, I don't care I don't care what kind of vets they got on the team. They still gonna have to learn some things on their own. I mean, I feel like Dame, so he could look out for Scoop, teaching the ropes, but it's gonna be a lot of things that Scoop is gonna throw him off a little bit still. So, but
You're right. He could teach him the ropes, yeah, but at the same time, while he's teaching him the ropes, he could still be out there giving the other team that he's playing with 30. Greg Popovich ain't doing shit but wasting breath on the sideline if that nigga Victor Wembanyama ain't listening to him.
Oh no, he's gonna listen, bro. You gotta think he been wanting to be a Spurs all his life. So he's definitely gonna. And bro, you gotta think, bro. He's been a pro, bro. You know what I'm saying? You come to foreign guys, bro. They don't come hot headed like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? They come in. They understand they come in very professional, bro. You know, he's been a professional for a long time. And now I think now him going to the coming to the Spurs, you know, being mentored by guys like Tony Parker, telling him about Pop, I think he'll have the right mindset. You know what I'm saying? Going to the situation. And I think honestly, I think he could average. I think he could average 20 off the rip. You know, just based off his God given abilities. You know what I'm saying? Being down there 7'6" and shit. You know, but yeah, man.
I'm gonna find it interesting. I'm gonna watch it, man. I have a lot of curiosity for that team right now, more than I've had in a long time.
I want to play a video real quick. Gimbal Arena podcast. Now they was talking about the draft. They had
Yeah.
an interesting take on there. It
Okay.
said how the 2023 NBA draft killed college basketball. All right, so let's take a look at this real quick.
All right.
Didn't go to college. You had Wemby and Coulibaly in France, and then you had the Thompson twins and Scoot coming. Thompson twins from Overtime Elite, Scoot coming from G League Ignite. So will we continue to see a shift away from college guys getting drafted in these top spots, or was this just an anomaly?
You know, college basketball is dead. That shit is dead. Sorry, that shit is dead. I mean, it's just too many ways to make money. Like, why I gotta go? I could just go play at the Overtime League. I go play for the G League. I go overseas at 16. It's just, I mean, it's a wrap, man. It's just too many ways to get money. I mean, yeah, you're gonna get money going to college a lot more, but it's like if you you go to the draft and just do 1 year, so let's go get paid. Let's go get $500,000 to $1 million. Let's just go do our thing for a year. Come back.
It was great. Listen, it was great. The Thompson, the twins going, 4 and 5. That was great for the Overtime League because this was their draft. They didn't have anybody before, so now you got 2 players, 2 lotteries. They get the sales. Hey, we got 2 lotteries, 4 and 5. Yep. Right, 4 and 5 because everybody thought one was going to go 4 and the other one go about 10. 4 and 5. So the fact that those guys got drafted really opens up that league. So I'm gonna we should see a lot of very high level kids, right? They need to stop just taking anybody, right? Go after just the Thompson type twins, guys who are really game changers, and develop them so you can have more lottery picks. And then eventually, if you're picking the right kids, your establishment looks a little bit better than college because you get to say, hey, in the last 5-10 years, we got about 12 lotteries. Colleges can't say that, right? They got a whole lot of bullshit too.
Just quickly back to.
All right, so I'm gonna stop that real quick. Let me say this because I interviewed my man's Brandon Cotton, right?
Yeah, I had to go.
Good, you can check it out.
No, I mean, from your perspective, I know you were excited about it.
Oh no, it was a good interview. It's a good interview, real good interview. We talked about a lot. He's getting a lot of feedback, honestly, from that interview. But yeah, check it out, man. It's on JBJ Network. It's on my channel. It was a good interview, man.
Cool.
But he was talking about how when it comes to like basketball, it's a lot of politics. You know what I'm saying? He asked him, was it ever thought after his first year with UAD come out the draft because he was All American, and stuff like that. He was like, well, once he found out he made an All American game because he was supposed to go to Michigan State. So his mindset was like, okay, shit, I can average 15 points. You know what I'm saying? I could be good because I got the politics going to the All American game.
Right.
But things didn't work out at Michigan State where, him and Izzo wasn't on the same page. So he ended up transferring to UAD. He killed his first year, but he was talking about how he have enough push at that time because he's coming from the Big Ten and now he's going to the Horizon League. You know what I'm saying? UAD is still a D1 school, but it's a difference. So
right.
But now, nowadays that's not the case no more. It's as long as you got really a big following, you know what I'm saying, and you got the buzz, got a big following, you know, you pretty much promise to make it to the league. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Either
Right.
way. So I think college. I mean, I think they try. You know, what I'm saying with now players to get the with the NIL deals where now players can be a lot more comfortable.
Hmm.
Financially. Where they
Right.
not stressing into say if they should leave or not. I think it
Yeah.
don't really make a difference. Honestly, I feel like that more so benefit the women. What I'm saying, staying versus the dude. But yeah, what based on what they saying so far, what's your thoughts? Let's start with you, CJ.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. This is what the NCAA get. Let's just put it like that.
Uh,
Y'all been This is what the NCAA get. They've been fucking their athletes out their money
yep.
for all these years. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? They've been screwing everybody out of. We been getting classic NCAA video games, but we ain't even been really able to know who the fuck the players was on the team because they would just call them player number 5, player number 1, or whatever the fuck. Man, this is exactly what the NCAA get. You know what I'm saying? All them years that they could have been making more money all these years ago by letting all of the NBA superstars that made it through college. You know what I'm saying? You got players that's like KD that went to college. You got players like Boogie, Anthony Davis, John Wall, all these players that could have been making y'all millions at this point if you would have just, you know what I'm saying, coughed up the little bit of money that y'all was making per
Right.
year.
Right.
This what y'all get.
Israel.
I'm with CJ and I agree with the video, man. Like I don't have much to add to what CJ just said. I was thinking the same exact shit. Um, corporate greed. I mean, that's what CJ was just alluding to. The corporate greed has destroyed college, has destroyed the college game, and these kids have figured out other ways to make money. I don't need y'all. I'm gonna go around y'all. So, and that's what we're seeing the results of that.
Yeah, man. A lot of people want to give this man his credit, and I'll go to Wally next. Um, I feel like the person that really changed that, you know, well, let me say this. Brandon Jennings, he started out doing that because Brandon Jennings, he went to overseas, and he's still he went to overseas 1 year, but he still became like a top 10 draft pick, but he didn't even play that much overseas.
Right.
But I feel like the person that really changed the doors for the young players is like, hey, you don't need college. It's LeVar Ball, you know, telling
I
his
agree.
son, uh, when he took Lamelo out, what I'm saying, his after his sophomore year in college, and his son, his middle son got in trouble with UCLA, and
Yeah,
they
when
went
he
to
was
Argentina,
in or
and
wherever he went.
huh?
I said where he was in Japan when he got in trouble, wherever he
Yeah, he
went.
was in Japan, so he started changing it then, and then Lamelo, he decided, he wanted to at least play his senior year, just have that experience, was like knocking that, but he decided, hey, I'm gonna go overseas, and he did his thing overseas. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So, um, shout out to LeVar Ball, man. And I think that really opened a lot of doors. That really opened a lot of young dudes eyes. They're like, you know what? Damn, I got
Other.
hundreds of thousands of followers.
Yeah.
I got fans already. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I could barely go outside. You know what I'm saying? I don't need y'all. And then plus the NIL deals just turning up a notch. So now you talking about they got millions now. So they definitely ain't. It's some guys that's not even they not going college or going overseas. Some of these guys, you know what? They just like, no, I'm just going to train the whole year into my name in the draft. You had a few guys that done that. You know what I'm saying? I forgot the young boy name who's under Rich Paul, but he was like a 5-star recruit. Instead of going, he was
Mhm.
supposed to go to Syracuse, but he didn't go to Syracuse. What he ended up doing? He just started. He ended up being an intern at New Balance, and he basically just trained that whole year. And he ended up getting drafted. Late in the first round for the OKC Thunder. But
Yeah.
um,
And Rob, you not to cut you off, but Rob, another thing that niggas have been doing too. It ain't necessarily interested in basketball, but I don't know if you've heard of the YouTuber Destroying. A lot of people, they've been doing YouTubes, and they've been getting
Yeah.
popping off of YouTube, and then teams have been looking at their YouTube clips like, oh, this dude must be crazy.
Right, right.
Yeah. They kicked him off the team because of their YouTube. He was making
Exactly.
six. This is before, you know what I'm saying, players could get paid. He was making 6 figures going to college. They had another tell him, look, you got to pick YouTube or football. The hell?
Man, fuck football. If I'm making 6 figures, just
I'm
recording
making 6
myself.
figures. Well, you got me fucked up. You know?
Okay.
But Wale, you there?
Yo, what it is, everybody?
What to do, man? You got something on this topic, man?
Oh no, I came in when you played the video, so I missed the beginning parts of it. So I mean, unless you
Okay.
try to fill me in, then I could probably reply.
You know, they was just basically saying, based on his past draft, you know, 5 of the 7 players that got drafted in the first round are from the G League, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So they basically saying is this NBA draft basically prove that college basketball is dead when it comes to players getting drafted.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, I believe it is dead because at this point, everybody can sit here and say, "Well, what's more beneficial to me? I can play with guys at a miniature level team who say, you know, I'm one step closer being part of this organization or another person's organization. All I have to do is work on my game, and then if I show my worth, then that they're gonna pay me." Versus going through college, getting my name out there, getting seen, and then the only reason I'm only there is because of the scholarship, woo-de-woo, and you know what? I don't get nothing out of it. I think personally, when the like, cause look, when the NBA started doing the whole like G League thing, that was literally the beginning of the end, in my honest opinion. Because the moment you make an out that can compete, it was like a done deal. And especially when it comes to even like if you go overseas and you go play with the guys overseas, that was about to be a beginning of the end because I've seen a video over there. I seen a video. I think it's either Gilbert Arenas or somebody else, or probably like similar to these guys. They said that you know what, guys overseas are going to take over the NBA soon enough, give or take, if it keeps going on this route.
And a lot of guys went overseas and made money, like Stephon Marbury. You know what I mean? He proved that, hey, I can make money outside the NBA. I don't need y'all to make money.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, the NCAA, yeah, basically it's a dying. I say it like this, for the NCAA, it got where it got because of the simple fact that they know that right then and there was no one else competing with them. So it made it easy for them to take all the money, get all the money, and get paid. Whereas players, you look at it and say, well, why can't players get paid? But, I mean, in the same notion, let's keep it real. Most of these guys that were going to the NCAAs or being part of it and going to these universities, colleges, they were mostly paid throughout what? Scholarships. So technically, in a sense, that was their payment. But not things we all know that none of these guys are going to stay that long for 4 years because they're not going to use 4 years of their whole career to stay there. They're gonna, by the time the second year comes, they out. Most of them one and done.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey,
and they risk getting hurt and not getting no money, you know, when they go to college.
Right. So it's like, shoot me, pick and choose.
Yeah. Guys have definitely smartened their options. You know, started at really analyzing, you know, what's best for me as from a business standpoint. What's best for my brand. I think it's good. I think that's good.
Yeah, but real quick, this is my last one. I think at this point, right, the only this is gonna be the real end clip of it is the moment when the G League start taking over scouting at the high school level. When they start doing that, that's when the NCAA is over.
Oh, they doing that now.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they won't compete because, like, scholarship versus actually getting paid.
Yeah, well, scholarship is not as attractive as it was in the
Right.
80s.
Well, right. That's what I'm saying.
It
So
don't
it's
mean
like,
nothing no more, really. You know.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like even now, like no one's not even thinking about schools. Like I can just go and play because they see me play. Fuck that. Like just kick it and go.
And plus, college and NBA is a totally different game, bro. It's nothing. I heard Kobe say this, and like
Yeah.
there's nothing. And I've heard other NBA players say it's nothing that I learned in college that I couldn't just learn in the NBA
In the
at
NBA.
all. As a matter of fact, I didn't heard a few guys come out and say, "Shit, you think about it. The NBA is probably a little bit. It was a little bit more easier versus college. You know,
Yeah.
college they play a lot of zone
Yeah.
versus in the NBA. You're gonna deal with a lot more space. You know what I'm saying? So, but
I mean, Kobe proved that. KG proved that. LeBron proved that. All of
yeah,
those guys that made that transition early on, the early pioneers of that, and they were franchise players.
yeah.
You know?
Let's let's see. Let's watch a little bit more. Than I have another video. I think it's gonna be a good conversation. So let's see what else they talk
Fair
about.
use.
Brandon
Fair
said
use.
college basketball is dead.
Yeah,
Yeah, G League, overtime elite, they can offer bags. Colleges can offer bags with NIL. But even talking about a guy like Amari Bailey, Amari playing in Mick Cronin system. Love Mick Cronin. He has a great college system. His college system isn't necessarily trying to get guys ready for the pros. It's to win in college. So do you see college coaches adjusting their strategy, adopting more pro-style offenses to be able to keep up with this wave and surge? Or are they just going to be stuck in their old ways and be dinosaurs and never grow?
I feel like they're gonna have to grow. I mean, like before I said, kids can go overseas, can go play overtime. The G League, you get pro experience way fast and way earlier. So colleges, I feel like they're gonna have to open up a little bit more. Um, I don't know how they're going to do it, but definitely a pro style offense, much faster. You said no, we can't.
Nah, 'cause what happens
Huh?
when you don't go to college? You have more time to train and hone your skills. When you go to college, there's no player development, and that's why the kids are doing one and done, and they're half developed because the coaches don't know player development in college. So that's what's killing college basketball is the fact that these kids can go to OTE, go to the G League, get training for NBA conditioning, get training for NBA weights. Everything is now NBA preparation. In college, if the NIL is your only incentive to go to college, why would you go? Because you're not going to get better, you're just going to get a bag. So if you can carry your name can carry weight throughout that whole season. And after that season, you got the bag and you can just go play. Now you only got a summer to prepare for NBA basketball. And that's going to put you behind the ball. But like Brandon's saying, if I go overseas and play professionally for a year, pick up $500,000 and get some real experience with grown-ups, it's a whole different game.
Yeah, that
Basketball
NIL.
is solid. And low key.
no, he make a good point, and
Yeah.
make a very good point. Let me say this because college for college basketball, like NCAA trying to change their style to a more so pro style. No, I don't think you should do that. I think no, keep doing what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, like let's keep it real. Not every player that you're gonna recruit is gonna be just NBA ready, just like that. All right, you're talking about. Yeah, this is the reason why they say maybe it's a small few of guys who really could just go to the NBA. You know, there's only a small few of guys who are just gonna be one or done. All right, you still gotta think about the guys gonna need at least 2 or 3 years, or maybe the full 4 years. So I think you still continue to like stick what you've been doing. All right, don't try to. I feel like you honestly, you'll fuck up the sport. You trying to compete with the NBA? No, you're college. Do what you do. You know, just do what you do. You know, it just I feel like there's no competing now. I mean, just it's the fact that look, times you just gotta accept the fact time just changed. Time just changed now where guys, they just having a lot more exposure now before they go to college. You trying to play the same way the Golden State Warrior play ain't gonna make no difference. You know what I'm saying? So I say if I'm a university You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm not look, keep the main thing the main thing. You know, it is what it is. It's not like you're losing money. Let's keep it real. Is the NCAA really losing that much money? No, they not. They're gonna continue to make money. All right, continue. Especially as long as they got March Madness and shit like that, they're gonna continue to make money. You know, only thing you could probably say they worrying about is the star guys leaving. You know, so I mean, look, that's my thing. I agree with McCann. You don't change shit. The only thing, you want to change something. Hey, man, look, start giving these guys salaries. And that's the only thing you could probably change. But even if you do that, you still not gonna be able to compete because it's not like you're giving these students big ass contracts. So it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean the NCAA, they ain't gonna change anyway because they've been running the same fucking plays and drills for damn near 100 years.
And that's okay.
Like that's what I'm saying. It's okay that they're doing that shit. It's what it is, but I don't see them changing it no time soon. That's their system. That's what it is and what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? Like that. It's just certain teams like the UCLA cut, bro. They've been teaching that shit, and I've been playing basketball damn near my whole life, bro. I've been learning that UCLA cut since like I was 4. They ain't changing that shit, and I don't expect them to. Look how many championships that they won off that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and look how many niggas that came to the NBA and become like, well, not went to the NBA, but went to UCLA and became NBA players based off of that fucking system. Certain colleges is probably not gonna change shit that they do. Other colleges is probably gonna try to keep up with the times because they fucking suck. Like, let's just keep it honest. The ones that's gonna change some shit is the ones that ain't been doing shit right to begin with.
Well, I think that they have to adapt to current times because just from a business standpoint, most of these colleges are in a town where the college is the largest business in the town or the largest employer, and they got to find a way to make the product that they promised the taxpayers who built these stadiums. They got to deliver a product. So in order to do that, they got to remain competitive. So if you're losing guys to overseas and other avenues, you got to change your product. The marketplace is gonna demand that, and that's what I see happening. Now I don't know how fast it's gonna happen, but they got to make a more attractive product. They got to.
I mean, if you're talking about the smaller teams, I 100% agree with you. But
No, I'm
the
actually
ones
talking
that
about the larger teams because those are the ones that are most invested in their towns and states with these big arenas and these. Again, a lot of these big schools, they're the largest employer in their area. They're heavily invested. They got to be able to deliver.
yeah, you're right.
They got to. That's what's going to
For-
force the
I
money,
mean,
the economics of it.
yeah, but I ain't gonna front. If them niggas been winning, or if they have ever, you know what I'm saying, won anything in a recent times, they not gonna change shit. Like Wake Forest and Winston Salem and all them other teams and shit, they ain't changing their system just because, you know what I'm saying. Just because somebody came in and just said, "Oh yeah, y'all should play like the NBA," they don't give a fuck about
Well, I
that.
don't think that nobody's saying it. The marketplace is saying that specifically with those schools in North Carolina you just mentioned. Winston Salem, nothing is in Winston Salem but those schools. Winston Salem is a dying town. They got to do something to drive traffic there because of what the taxpayers put in there. Same thing with Wake Forest. They got to be able to compete with Duke and UNCC. Well, UNC rather. They got to remain competitive. They got to find a way to do it. And they got to deliver a better product. It doesn't matter what they did. In sales, they always say you're only as good as your last sale. So we ain't looking at championships from 20 years ago or how many you got. What have you done for me lately is what people want to know. That's what the marketplace is going to decide for them. They got to deliver a product. It's too much money involved in it. Too much.
Hey Wally, you got something? Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, just
All
a
right.
little bit. Yeah. But shoot. To my thing is, should they change? I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think so. It's gonna really matter if they change, because it's like, what are you gonna really do that's gonna really change these kids coming out of high school to go to you versus going to the G League or going overseas?
Well, he just answered that question.
What they
They
gonna
just
do?
answered that on the video, that they're not preparing these guys for the NBA. That's not what they're tailored to do. So they're
Well,
gonna have
my
to
whole point.
start. So they're gonna have to start. Your question was, what are they gonna do? They have to do that right there. They have to develop their system where it's more NBA friendly.
Well, you
That's
got.
Well,
Well,
okay, that's one.
well, that's hold on. Well, I say this: it's not the NCAA job to get them prepared for the NBA. NCAA, I don't think they should try to look. If they want to adapt, cool. I mean, I get what you're saying. They need to learn how to adapt, but bro, I don't think that's their job for them to try to get players ready for the NBA. You know, like no, bro. It's
Okay,
it's
Robert.
becoming their job because the marketplace is deciding for them.
I mean, what's the point? Either players gonna either go or not go. Either players gonna stay or they're not gonna stay. You know, I mean, I don't really see it that much of a difference. You know, what I'm saying, for the NCAA. You know, guys been fucking leaving 1 year for a long time now. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, look, you just try to get the best attractive player that could bring them dollars in. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's about fucking championship when it comes to
In
college.
any business model, you have to stay competitive. You have to. It's not an option. You have to do it.
Okay,
It's not something they can choose. Oh, I don't want to do it or not. They got to do it.
But they're gonna still get players, though. That's my thing. There's not. I don't see as a thing where they're gonna have a problem recruiting players. They're gonna.
Are they having a problem filling seats? Is the problem?
I don't
those
see
players.
No, I don't
Those
see.
players that they're getting able to fill the seats. That's
Yeah. In college, they're gonna fill the seats.
That's going to ultimately be the question that has to be answered.
It's
Yeah,
fucking.
in college,
You could go
in
to these
college, they
small
gonna fill the
schools.
seats regardless.
Yeah, they're gonna fill the seat regardless, bro. Like you could go to the small schools and they can still be packed. What's the goddamn school that wasn't a Final Four? Creighton. The fuck is?
Oh yeah, crazy.
Come on, they stay packed all year.
So again, we're talking about past tense. I'm talking about future tense going forward. Will they remain and be able to do that?
But you also got to remember.
Also, thing, bro. These small cities, bro. They support their teams, bro. They
support them when they put a product on the floor that the alumni like. Because what you got to realize,
a lot of times with these small schools,
a
lot of times with these small schools, we don't even know most of these players unless they go to the tournament. They're gonna be packed out regardless.
What you got to realize, and I'm part of alumni from a small school, and when they calling around to get money, I'm looking at what are they doing for these students? What are they doing for the product? That's what alumni wants to know. And if the alumni is a big part of the fundraisers at most of these schools, your alumni is very important, especially in North Carolina. You got to consider the business aspect. You can't say, I'm not going to give everybody else is putting a better product out, but I'm not going to do it.
This is why I will argue your point. Because in the NCAA, it's not like the NBA. The NBA fans, we are fans of the player. NCAA fans are fans of the team. They don't give a fuck who's on the team.
Which is what I just said. That's what I'm saying. So you got to be able to deliver a product that your supporters want to see.
No, even if they suck, they still there.
Nigga, we can fucking play for most of these college, nigga. They still gonna fucking come out.
Thank you.
There used to be a time where I used to go to homecoming and everything every fucking year. and then I don't go no more because they stopped investing money in the school. I don't do it no more for that reason. Now, with some of these larger schools, are you going to see an immediate impact? No. But over time, if they keep failing to put a product on the floor, a competitive product on the floor, the alumni is going to drop off. They're not going to support it. That's just basic business. You got to remain competitive. You got to adapt to the current climate. You can't just say, oh, what we did worked 20 years ago or it worked 10 years ago. You got to say, okay, what are we doing going forward? And they have these meetings where the alumni will ask questions like, what are y'all doing? What's your plan? What's your plan for the future?
All right,
you don't think they don't have a plan? Like, this is why they recruit. This is why they constantly find the add people on their staff and shit like that. Like, I mean, I think when coming like some of these colleges, year round, they trying to put in work. You know what I'm saying? The better they program, the better they team.
Some schools do it better than others. All I'm saying is, in order to keep doing that very thing that you just mentioned, they got to remain competitive and adapt to what's going on now. That's all I'm saying.
With that said, let me come back in here because I want to try to get this.
Yeah, I make your point. We're gonna go to the next.
Yeah. Because look, but my thing is like, okay, you said that the NCAA don't have to function to really push the kids or prep the kids enough to get to NBA status. My thing is, let's be honest, right? If they're not there to make them be that type of player, then my thing is the NBA would have just been a dying fallacy of sports that we just watch for nothing. I think there is some accountability where you think to yourself, all right, you know what, the NCAA do got to build these kids up to be at some standard point of getting them to the NBA. Why? Because eventually when they get there, we have draft night. And when they have draft night, eventually you're going to put these guys on a team somewhere. Mm. So eventually you got to think to yourself, okay, well, guess what? These stars start going to these teams. Oh, everyone starts freaking talking about, oh, what team's going to be the hottest team based upon these draft picks? Who's going to be the bust? Who's going to be the successor? Who's going to be all this whoop-de-whoop? So, I mean, there is some decency where the NCAA does have some accountability, even from the NBA side and from the NFL side. But at the same notion, that all depends on what they do. Because at the end of the day, that's all based upon the colleges.
But that's not I'm saying there is not the NCAA job to get these players ready for the pros.
But it is their job.
Wait.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Either you got it.
Players
Either you got it or you don't.
No,
Anthony Edwards. I didn't hear shit about Anthony Edwards till fucking. I ain't gonna lie, to the goddamn draft. I didn't know who this motherfucker was.
If the players say, I'm not coming to your school because you're not doing this thing, then it becomes the responsibility of that school. They gotta do. The marketplace decides. There's no getting around that. It doesn't matter what they want to do.
Yeah,
your job is
they don't ever. No,
you got to do what you got to do to fill seats. That's your job.
That's the thing. That's the thing, though, Israel. The seats is gonna be filled regardless.
The seats.
Okay, look. I'm not worried about the seats at college. We're talking about is it the NCAA? Is it the NCAA's job to prep the young guns?
They bring it in, they getting the money regardless.
If the player,
if you either it's playing the same. Either you got it or you don't.
If the players decide, I'm not coming to your school because this other school is doing a better job at this thing than you are, and that happens enough, then it becomes your job.
Bro, you think, man, let's keep it real, bro. And I saw Cam Newton say this is a group of young guys, bro. You think most of these big colleges really tripping about players they not getting? They not tripping on this shit, bro. You think they not looking, oh, we need you to come save our program. No, they not, bro.
I'm trying to get in here so we can move on.
You come over here. Look, I could do it. You come over here. This is a coach's talk. come over here. Look, man, look, you know what I'm saying? Look, you already know how we rolling. Program, we on TV damn near twice a week. You know what I'm saying? You know me, I know this person, I know that person. Hey, you come in here with just a winning mindset, help us win, the rest is going to do itself.
I think y'all are basing it off of past success. Past
Well,
success,
it's been like this. It's going on now.
Past success is not an example or the guarantee of future success. You got to remain competitive.
With that said, so okay, I'm gonna say it like this, right? If there's no middleman, that is the NCAA for both NBA and even in football, right? My thing is, how do these guys from high school level get to the pros? That's all I'm gonna say right there, because there has to be something. There has to be a different.
They go to the G League and they go overseas.
Right, but here's my thing. But pause. Here's my thing. If there was no G League or no overseas, then what?
That's a lot of ifs right there.
Of course, but what I'm saying is, if the scenario is there by saying there's no G League and there's no overseas, then of course the middleman would have to be the NCAA to build these kids up. That's what I'm saying.
So going back to
it's not their job to turn them to pros. That's what I'm saying.
Going back to
but then how do we have
back to the time
NFL and NBA? That's what I'm saying.
Going back to the
there has
time
to be somebody that builds these guys up.
Going back to the
no,
time.
either you got it or you don't. It's just
it
got to be inside of you.
Going back to the time you're speaking of, when there's no G League and there's no international play, what did we have? We had an alternative league. It was called the ABA. So guys had a choice. The marketplace decided you had a choice. So that's the answer to your question. The marketplace will decide, and it has spoken. That's why you have these options.
I get all that, but I'm saying is that it's not the NCAA fucking responsibility to try to get these guys.
Responsibility as a business to sell whatever.
I get that, but it's not their responsibility to get them ready for the pros.
If that's what the players want, it is. So you're the customer. If you decide the cars that we're buying today gotta have Bluetooth in them, or I ain't buying it, guess what the automakers are gonna do? All of the cars are gonna have Bluetooth. That's what's gonna happen. You got to adapt to the market. And Bluetooth has been available for 30 years, damn near, in form or some form of fashion, but just in the last 10 has it really become standard on cars because the marketplace decided you got to have this feature. The environment changed, so you adapt to what's going on now and in the future. That's all I'm saying. That's business.
I understand that, but I'm saying it's still not the NCAA job.
If you're the car manufacturer, it's your job to sell cars.
It's not their job to get them ready for the pros.
Whatever the product is, it becomes.
It's like it's some guys that is not going to be successful in college. But you know what? You see a lot of guys that probably wasn't like that in college, but once they got to the pros, they was fucking turning NBA stars. You know why?
You understand what I'm saying, but you're missing my point altogether. Is it the NCAA job to feed kids? Is that their job? But they do it, don't they?
Bro, you should you trying to compare.
No, I'm saying they have to feed the kids. Because there was a time where the schools did not offer meal plans.
Oh my God.
Why do they offer meal plans today? They offer meal plans because the marketplace decided all the other schools are doing that. We got to be competitive. We got to feed the kids too. Now it's uncommon not to go to school to get a meal plan.
Bro, that ain't got shit to do with shit, bro.
It's the same thing, man.
No, it's not, bro. Same exact meal plan versus going to NBA and making millions.
Whatever you call the feature is the same thing. The people decide we want this thing, you got to give it to them. Whatever that thing is. That's your job as a marketer, as a salesman. You got to do it. You got to do it.
NCAA job is just give them exposure. It's not their job to get them ready for the pros. I mean,
it's their job if that's what the players say their job is. We want this benefit for our services.
Yeah, you know what? Okay. You know what they get? Exposure. That's what you get.
But it don't work that way. You can't say we ain't gonna do what you want. We're only gonna give you this. That's not the way business works.
A lot of guys are not even coming in like, oh, I want to go. Can you get me ready for the pros? Like, no,
I didn't say a lot.
A lot of guys already know. A lot of these young guys already know they pro ready. A lot of these guys like, hey, I just need exposure.
Now you're doing what women do. You giving an anecdotal, but this and what about a lot of this? If you get enough people that say we want this thing, you gotta respond to it. It ain't gotta be all in every single person ever. All they gotta do is be enough top prospects who want a certain thing, and they're gonna give it to them. That's the way business works. That's their job. They get paid to figure this shit out. So to say that ain't their job is absurd. You're paying people to figure out what they want. They're called recruiters. That's why you pay the recruiters, to get the people here. So you got to give them what they want. You got to do it. There was a time when we never thought they would even consider paying college players. But that's a real thing today, isn't it? Why? Because the players said we want this thing, and they made it happen. That's the way business works. So if enough players get together and say we want this thing, they're gonna do it, and that's their job. That's their job. They gotta fill them seats. They gotta answer to people. That's any business, any product, anywhere in America. No matter what you're selling, all you gotta do is swap one out for the other. It's always gonna be the same. You gotta supply and demand. That's basics. If the demand is there, you gotta offer the supply. That's all I'm saying.
All right. I mean, look, we're gonna just gotta disagree on that.
No, we not, because you have no example to justify what you're saying. No,
I didn't heard plenty of players and talked to plenty of players before.
We're talking about marketplaces, not anecdotal female bullshit, man. Give me
female bullshit.
I heard a lot of players. That's what women say. I know a lot of people that did this, even though it goes against the majority. So the majority.
So you telling me the majority? So you telling me the majority of schools they're gonna tell players that, hey, we'll get you NBA ready. They say this is
if the players say this is what we want. Yes, that's exactly what's gonna happen, and that's what's always happened.
I don't think those most. I don't think that's going to be most players' approach.
It's never. Then what's your example to prove otherwise?
I think most players they really want the exposure. You didn't hear, and plus I didn't hear plenty of players say like when they go to college anyway. I mean, they only use it for the exposure. They already knew. A lot of guys already knew they was NBA ready. They not.
Y'all already proved that wrong with your earlier conversation. You don't need college for exposure anymore. You got YouTube. You got social media.
Some players do, though. Still,
so exactly. So you're contradicting yourself. That's what you're doing right now, Rob.
I'm not. I said
if the players say we want this thing from you, and the only way I'm coming to your organization is if you give me this thing, you're going to give it to them if you want them. That's business. I don't understand why this is a hard concept.
I'm just saying that it's not the NCAA responsibility.
It's their job to get the players what they want, to get them in the seats and get the customers in the seats. You got to do it. That's their job. That is their job. That's the essence of their job. You can't say take it or leave it. Okay, I'll leave it. We're gonna go somewhere else. If there's enough top prospects to say we're gonna leave it, we don't want it, then they're gonna have to adjust at some point. That's what happens in business. That's the way it works. You don't have to have every single player agree. All you gotta do is have enough, a tipping point, as they call it. A tipping point, which is usually only 10%. All you gotta do is have a tipping point happen, and they all are gonna follow suit. All of them. You didn't have every college player who wanted to be able to have the control over their likeness. It was enough top players who did, and they gave it to everybody because that was what the demand said they had to do. That was their job to figure that out. Same thing with a company. If you're working for a company and you're putting in an application, do you offer medical, dental, and vision? No, you don't offer those things. Well, the only way I'm gonna come work for you is if you offer me that. They're gonna offer it to you. That's the way business works. I could give you 1,000 examples of this, and it's never going the other way. Oh, we ain't gonna do it. Then you ain't gonna be competitive, and you ain't gonna have the top prospects. You gotta give the top prospects what they want. That is their job. That's why Kawhi got everything he wanted from the Clippers. He went to the Clippers. He made them all of that ridiculous offers. Oh, I want this, I want that. You gotta do this, do that. And what did the Clippers do? They did the shit. Everybody was surprised. Like, how the fuck did they do that? How did they get Paul George?
If you're a top school, I feel like you're a top school, you're gonna get the top prospects.
That's what I just said. Because he made a demand and the Clippers organization reacted to it. LeBron can do the same thing. Steph can do the same thing. We can look at the top players. They can all do that. But they can't just say only LeBron can do this or only Paul George can do this. They got to make it available to everybody. That's the collective bargaining. That's the way it works. That's their job to figure out what these guys want and give it to them. That's the only point I'm trying to make. You got to give people what they want if you want them to do what you want them to do. Any business, and the NBA ain't no different. NFL is going to have to happen. They're going to have to make some adjustments too. They're just in a better position in the NFL to resist it because they're not a player-centric league. They're an owner-centric league. But that eventually will change too. That will change. You got to adapt to what's happening, not to what happened 20 years ago or what happened yesterday. You got to move forward. You're only as good as your last sale. If you want to keep selling shit, it is what it is.
Well, look.
Oh, what's your next video? I'm sorry. I'm running my goddamn mouth.
Let's go to the next video.
I'm sorry.
No, you good.
Fair use. Don't forget the fair use too.
Yeah, fair use. I got it in the description anyway. I got the disclaimer, so we good. So yeah, man, Gilbert Arenas podcast again. They had a conversation about Jason Kidd.
Okay.
They had a nice little debate on it. Is Jason Kidd easily a top 5 point guard? Let's see. Let's see what they gotta say.
I was in high school when J. Kidd went to Dallas. He been from Dallas. He came to Dallas rookie. Him and Grant Hill, co-rookie of the year, all that. Like I was, yeah. Oh, the 3 J's. Jason, Jimmy, Jamal.
Jamal Mashburn, boy.
So trust me, I was
Jimmy
my last 2 years in high school when he got to Dallas and all, but it was, man, I just was a few things you never thought you would be able to do in your career, and I was part of the thought process, like, and that was one of them playing with J. Kidd.
Did you realize, like, playing with him, how smart he really was?
Yeah.
Like I would look at some of you guys as like film, and you'll be posting somebody up in here, throw at the edge of the backboard, bounce right to you. Right? Like some of the stuff like he was doing, I was like,
just angles, genius,
just
man.
angles.
Like he can be guarding Gilbert. Gilbert a hell of a score, just defensive, right? And he just be here, be there. He know where to be, how to be, position, hands. He just go.
And that's crazy because I always had a problem scoring against him because he was cutting off angles that I've never had cut off.
Smart.
And we never had a conversation. People don't understand this. After my rookie year, he came in year 2. We traded Steph for J. Kidd straight up. We never had a conversation about how we was gonna play, what he expecting out of me, what I needed from him, like nothing. It just from day one, dog.
Yeah. What are you guys' favorite J. Kidd moment?
Man, my favorite J. Kidd moment, I heard a story, right? J. Kidd was playing in New Jersey. That's when he's going through his wife stuff, right?
Oh, God.
All the crazy, and that's when he was playing his best, right? So I guess like his wife told the son to come, like go get his phone or whatever, right? And went to the locker room, got his phone, boom, boom, boom.
and came back and was like, I guess she was like showing the phone, like, yeah, I see everything. And he was like coming down the court, was like, oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. And then got to it. He was doing his thing. Cold. That was cold. That was cold to me when I heard that.
You ain't seen nothing yet?
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. And then went to the finals two straight years.
That's crazy.
Shot, what's yours?
Shout out J. Kidd.
Yeah,
Me
that
and
was
J.
lit.
Kidd, we had the same agent. So he had microfracture surgery. He came back like 6 months, 5-6 months. So when I got mine, you know, I needed some type of reassurance and talked to me and, you know, told me to take it easy and it's going to be good because I was younger. So all the older players had the surgery and didn't make it through. So I was one of those dudes that was like, you know, really worried about that shit. So then when I came back, he was, you had just went to Denver. This was when Vince and RJ was there. They used to run this play where they would drop RJ and try to post me all the time and then ended up fronting it. And he would have, he did all that shit from the top. Like, oh, yo, switch that. No, get it.
Like, I know, like, I trust you to go get it.
Y'all was so good in live.
But if I can't dunk it, I'm going to come back with it.
Yes.
That live 2006,
Them two, the Nets.
2005, y'all in live, NBA live.
Spin,
I was so
man.
nice in that.
Imagine if he had Kyrie.
Yep.
Man, that man, I was like, yo,
Straight up.
yo, I seen him
like
damn near
Savage.
tear Wally Zerbiak ACL running at him. Wally was backpedaling. Man, J. Kidd hit him with that.
Hey, my bad, y'all. I gotta just fast part the part they was having a debate. There he is on. I think this might be.
Man, that man, I was like, yo.
Really fast player to have handle. Fast and with the handle. Those are the ones
Like
that
John Wall
that
had
can
a
come down.
Then, so
He had handle,
So
but he
when-
didn't use
it
a
was
lot
sloppy.
of it.
no, it was like
sloppy.
that.
But he was
He was
fast.
saying in out with the left. Listen, man.
And I was laugh at.
Yeah,
That J.
that
Kidd shit, listen, dog. And then once Kerry Kittles got healthy, dog,
It was a wrap.
you had him on one wing.
Straight
Either I'm running through or RJ running.
It was a wrap.
Shit, listen,
Martin.
dog. In out with the left. Listen, man.
And I was
No.
laugh
Yeah.
at.
Yeah,
That J. Kidd shit, listen, dog.
Yeah.
And then once Kerry Kittles got healthy, dog,
It was a wrap.
you had him on one wing.
Straight
Either I'm running through or RJ running through, Kerry trailing, or vice versa. Kerry stopping at the 3. I'm running for a lob. No.
You was doing what?
I was running through.
That's what they don't do in today's
I'm gonna run
game.
through because
Sticking out when they run under
Dog.
someone to the corner.
They don't
and then
even
half-
go
like
all
you-
the way to
like
the
you-
dead corner.
Top five play like
is that a real question?
Top 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
Little hash.
The little hash.
Yo,
Yo, Jake.
All right, my bad, y'all. I should have been more prepared doing this shit. I thought it was on. I forgot it was towards the middle, but here we go. They're gonna tie this conversation now. All right, you ready? All right.
J. Kidd, a top 5 point guard ever?
who?
J. Kidd.
Oh, is that a real question?
Top 5?
Yeah, J. Kidd, top 5.
Is it?
I mean, yeah,
As
he's
a
in my
player,
top 5.
yes.
Oh, yeah, he's in my top 5.
Is that? Oh, that's not a question.
But
I don't know, some people might not have
when
him
you
in
say
the
top
top
5, but
Who?
top 5 play like top 5 points.
point guard ever.
But,
Top 5 point guard ever.
Is J.
are
Kidd?
the new scoring guards considered point guards?
Yes, they are
Listen,
considered point
But
guard.
yes, yeah, but I'm
They
just
play
saying.
that point guard
And to that
position.
question is still
Yeah.
fucking yes.
Yes. I got J. Kidd top 3.
No, they're not going
Who?
Who better than him?
Who?
as points.
Yeah,
Who?
as today, yeah. Who's better than J. Kidd?
Besides Steph Curry,
You're gonna have Magic,
Magic, Steph.
LeBron,
He's not a point
Oh,
guard.
Michael
He's not a
Jordan.
point guard. Let's stop it.
the Big O,
Gilbert, let's stop
No.
but the Big O,
No.
not the Big O.
it. He's not better than
Hey,
J. Kidd.
Hey, Gilbert, what
The
is
Big O's not better.
He's not better than J.
criteria?
Kidd all the time.
What is the criteria for the better point guard?
He's
What are
not-
we
You don't
saying?
even like
You
nothing.
talking about
Hey,
assists,
Oscar Robertson,
points?
I'm just
You don't even like
Robinson.
saying. What are we?
I'm taking J. Kidd over Big O.
Okay. then,
What's the
Who else?
criteria?
John
Talent?
Stockton.
Are we talking about talent?
John Stockton top 5.
I'm taking J. Kidd. No, hell.
I'm saying we talking
John Stockton
point
is
guard.
not
Shut the
What you
fuck
said,
up.
John Stockton's top 5.
No, I'm taking J. Kidd.
Okay, you can take him, but we're talking about 5.
John Stockton not top 5?
John
Give me
Stockton's
5.
top 5 ever.
Give me 5.
Assist-
Point guard.
5.
Steve Nash not top 5 ever?
No.
Nash, Magic,
No,
CP3.
no.
CP3,
Curry.
what?
Isaiah Thomas.
I'm just reading. I'm just reading what I'm seeing. Don't
Is he a point?
kill me.
Allen Iverson not a point guard.
Isaiah
Yes.
Thomas.
He is a point guard.
Allen Iverson's not a point guard.
So I'm not.
Yes, he was.
That's unfair. But
And I'm
that's
not putting Chuck in that.
But that's unfair to him because back then
I'm not
because
putting
he was-
Chuck in it.
But because you're gonna they put
Because
him at
Eric
two.
Snow played the point guard. I'm
But
not
they
putting
put
him
him
in.
at- But that's
Right.
okay.
Eric Snow was the
Right.
point guard.
He was.
Draymond Green's a point guard.
Eric Snow, no, he's not.
Draymond Green is a power forward.
But he led the team in assists every year.
He's the power forward.
But we talking about positions.
Come on, we talking about point
He's
guard.
the power forward.
So Eric Snow is the point guard who averaged 2 assists.
He's
Really?
the point guard.
Is Isaiah Thomas top 5?
He's the point guard.
He averaged 2 assists.
Joe Dumars was the 2 guard on that team.
So who was the top 5?
What I'm saying is
Magic.
Eric Snow averaged 2 assists. He didn't run no offense.
And
He didn't run no
he's the
offense.
point guard.
JK.
Because you don't want Chuck
John
putting the point
Stockton.
guard because back then they didn't allow that.
He's the
No
point
Kyrie
guard.
top 5?
Can we
Kyrie
change the
not top
subject?
5?
Can we change the subject? You guys don't
He
agree.
ain't gave me 5.
I gave you
Kyrie not top 5?
Point guard. No.
ever.
Who?
No, I don't put
Who?
my scoring
Kyrie
guards in
Irving.
there, man.
No.
I want my.
So who do you put in? I'm talking about point guard. Put your point
I
guard.
got Magic. I got Steph. I got J.
my
Kidd.
stuff is not in mine.
I got Isaiah Thomas, and I got John Stockton.
I'm the John Stockton trash.
I like that.
John
You
Stockton.
what?
John Stockton is not
You
trash.
said out of your mouth, boy?
He heard you.
Personal,
Heard him.
personal.
Kenyon.
He said it's
He said he's trash. He said he's
Well,
trash.
Start the statement off with that.
Say it again for the people in the back.
Start the statement off.
Say it again for
John
the people in the back.
Stockton got records that will never be broken.
All
I need you to
time.
double down on this.
No.
I need you to double down on
All
this.
time. All
Listen,
fucking
Not
time.
one category.
I don't want to play that shit too much. So my question for y'all, I'm gonna start it off. Y'all still there?
Yeah.
All right, start it off. Is Jason Kidd a top 5 point guard? And give me your top 5 point guards. I'll start it off right now. There's really no order for me.
Okay.
But I'm gonna say, and shout out to Land of the Heartless _216, man. He said, Jason Kidd top 5 for sure. Top 5 for sure. Gilbert said he said easily, and he said Gilbert said Isaiah Thomas overrated. Yeah, he's bugging. But no, my top 5 point guards, it's like this: Magic Johnson, Chris Paul. I'm Jason Kidd. Number 4. That's where it get tricky. Number 4. Oh, buddy, I'll put Steph in there. And number 5. Number 5. All time. Hey, man, you got to respect what Steve Nash did. So I'm going to say Steve Nash. I feel like I'm missing some people, but I'm pretty sure I am. But what about Israel? Jason Kidd, top 5 point guard, and give me a top 5 point guard.
No, he's top 10, but he's not top 5. And just to catch piggyback off that last argument they was making about Stockton and Nash, no, because I could think of people that played with them that were better. Kevin Johnson was better than Steve Nash and damn John Stockton.
Kevin Johnson was nice, yeah.
But they just didn't have the benefit of playing with Karl Malone. You know what I mean? Karl Malone was the man. You know what I mean? But Magic Johnson would be number 1. Not Jason Kidd. Steph Curry would be 2. Michael Jordan, when he played point guard, I would put him in there. 4, shit. I mean, that's tough, man. I'm saying Pistol Pete was a fucking beast.
Oh, yeah, Pistol Pete was nice.
The logo? We ain't going to count the logo. We going to say Steve Nash is better than the logo? Come on. Nah, I don't agree with that.
Look, I ain't never seen Jerry West. I don't know.
I mean, Jerry West, the logo. I mean, but Pistol Pete was nice, too. I mean.
Yeah, Pistol Pete was nice. Jason Williams, I almost damn put Jason Williams on my
Oh, man. What, Chocolate Thunder?
Yeah.
Shit.
I think I'm taking Nash out. I'm going to put Jason Williams.
Stephon Marbury? Come on, we gonna say Jason Kidd was better than Steph?
That's tough. That's
tough, right? And they both played for the Nets, right?
It's tough for point guard.
I'm gonna give you another one who was nice that played for the Nets. Petrovic. You ain't telling me Jason Kidd was better than Petrovic. Nah, he just died young. That's all. He died at the Autobahn. But Petrovic, I remember Jordan. That was the only player Jordan ever said he feared.
Oh, you know what? All right. No. I'm sorry, Israel. I had to say this.
Yeah.
5th pick. Thank you, Atlanta Heartless. I can't. Gary Payton. I'm putting Gary
Payton, the gloves.
Yeah, top 5. That's my top 5. You know, it's
Isaiah Thomas. I mean, what are we talking about? We had a lot of guys that was some damn good point guards, man.
Yeah, so I got Magic Johnson. I'm still gonna put Jason Kidd in there. Chris Paul, Steph. I'm gonna put Gary Payton.
So we saying Jason Kidd is better than some of these guys? He better than AI?
AI, bro, he's not really a legit point guard, bro.
He was a point guard. He started point guard in the beginning. Until they moved him. When did they move him to 2 guard? When Snow, what was it? Snow that was playing with him?
Yeah, Snow.
Yeah, Snow eventually got moved to the point, and AI was playing off the ball. But in the beginning, he was a point guard, man. Just like Jordan. The same thing happened to Jordan. Jordan eventually got moved to the 2. But Jordan was a point guard, man, in the beginning. In the NBA for a while.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
I
like Jason Kidd. I was a Nets fan. I was when it was in New Jersey. I loved that team with Kenyon Martin, Richard Jefferson, all of them. And again, I had a Petrovic jersey. So, I mean, I love the Nets, but we got to be realistic, man. They've been I mean, hell, you brought up Jason Williams. I love Jason Williams, man.
Yeah, he wasn't better than Kidd, though.
Nasty.
He wasn't better than Kidd, though.
I think it'd be close. I think they had different styles. Chris Paul is in there. I mean, the point guard himself.
Yeah, I got Chris Paul top 5.
You know what I'm saying? But Steve Nash, like what? Come on, stop.
No.
Stop. We ain't gonna do that. Anthony Hardaway.
Atlanta Heartless said Jason Kidd was number all time in threes when he retired. He also said Jason Kidd is a top 2 passer all time and top 5 point guard defender. Steve Nash was Jason Kidd backup at one point. He was in Phoenix.
That's true.
Jason Williams is a cone on defense. He didn't play no.
He didn't play no D. That's
he
true.
didn't play no defense.
What was my man that played with the Spurs? Little big mouth dude. Damn it, what was that dude's name? What's his last name? Johnson? Avery Johnson?
Oh, Avery Johnson.
Mm.
Yeah, you gotta put in that shit. Speaking of Spurs, you gotta put Tony Parker in that conversation.
Tony Parker was nice.
Yeah, Tony Parker was nice
for a long period of time too. Like Tony stayed relevant for a long time, man. You had a lot of nice dudes, man.
I think definitely Jason Kidd top 5 though.
I think he's top 10. I don't think you could put top 5 is saying a lot. When you put somebody in the top 5 of all time,
I mean, Hall of Famer. He took damn near top 5 and
so with all of the other people that you could say that about a lot of people.
Top 10 in every category. You know, got a championship.
Is he still top 10 now in those categories? So some of them categories, like what, 3-point shooting? I seriously doubt that.
Oh, 3-point. I don't know about that.
I seriously
he's
doubt
a 3-point shooter. He's like top maybe 10.
I'd be surprised if he was still top 10. We have to verify that.
He got to be top 5 in assists all time.
Yeah, maybe.
Wait, you said top 5 in assists? No, I think he'd be top 10.
Nah, it might be close with. If he ain't top 5, he's close. He's 6. You know, he close.
Derek
Hold on.
Look it up though. Look it up.
Derek Williams was nice, but you know I feel like once he went to the Nets, that's when he started. He was on a downtrend. You know, he was still a player, but after that, he was on a.
His assist was, you could say, in a total.
Derek,
if you were to average over, it's 9, but most people oversees that.
Did D Rose play point guard or was he 2 guard?
Point guard.
Point guard.
Damn, we knocking D Rose out too.
And man, everybody can't make the top 5, man.
That's what I'm saying. And Jason Kidd just ain't that good to knock some of these dudes off.
Damn.
I mean, if you put a collective, because this is one thing I'll give Gilbert Arenas when he said it, because he said, so when we talking about point guards, are you talking about the points? Are you talking about the assists, and then you're talking about other factors? So
Overall.
it's like, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But like that made a very distinctive notion, because my thing is, if we're talking about from points to then assists to then steals to then you just morally so what most point guards would do in most cases, then it's tricky because it all depends.
Yeah.
But I think in most cases, for me right now, if I had to set it up, this is just my setup, I think you definitely put Magic, you definitely put Oscar Robertson.
No, you don't. Stop that now. Stop.
No, whoa, wait a minute.
Stop
Wait
that.
a minute. Wait.
You ain't never even seen Oscar Robertson
Of
play.
course, I never seen him play.
So how you saying that?
Hello, I'm looking at, if I'm just saying on a statistical basis, that's what the reason I'm putting.
Even with his stats, seriously,
his stats is more than okay. Hold up.
Man, Harless said when J. Kidd retired, he was 3 all time, made threes.
Yeah, but they weren't shooting the three back then like they are now. So that's why they bringing up that caveat when he retired. Steve Kerr still.
I'm about to put
Steve
this
Kerr
in
is
the
still
chat.
top 5 on that list, by the way. Hell, Steve Kerr might still be number 2 in one of them 3-point lists behind Steph. Yep. What you looking up, Wally?
No, I'm about to put their stats in the chat so you can see. So then we can pull.
I ain't looking. You got to read them to me, yeah, please.
Well, yeah. Well, I'll read it.
No, I got one good eye, and it ain't good.
But yeah, I think. Look, them kind of point guards are tough, man. A lot of good.
Yeah,
point
it's tough.
And it also depends what you look at point guard. You know, so to me, when I look at point guard, I'm thinking about all around. Did he make his team play?
Well, so then we gotta look at the plus minus.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's look at their plus minuses. Because you might have a guy that didn't score a lot of points, but he had a ton of assists, and he ran the office like a Chauncey Billups type of guy. Chauncey wasn't known for being a killer scorer, but man, he was a hell of a point guard.
He was a hell of a point guard.
He was a hell of a point guard.
That's my 03 Pistons, man.
Mark Jackson. We forgot about Mark.
Mark Jackson was nice.
Damn, right? You know what I mean? So let's look at can you pull up the plus minus, Wally, for these point guards? I know this is going to be tough because they might not even kept that stat back win, for some of these guys.
I mean, shoot. I'm putting the stats in. That's why I'm literally saying.
Well, I mean specifically the plus minus.
The plus minus.
Yes.
Oh shoot, that's could be a whole load to read.
Well, the reason I'm saying that, like I was saying to Rob, because again, like you take a guy like Chauncey Billups, who may have not have had a ton of points, but he ran the office efficiently, and everybody.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true, but it's like that's
when
what I'm saying.
And remember, that Detroit team beat the Lakers. They beat the Lakers, invincible Lakers. Remember, they beat the Shaq and Kobe Lakers.
Yeah, we dominated them. That was a good year, man.
Hell yeah!
That was a good year for Detroit. The
Yes,
city
sir.
We turned up the whole summer.
Yes, sir.
What year was that?
Yes, sir.
Got Lena in the building.
Is that Lena Rue?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, what's up?
Snuck her
What
way.
year was that?
Oh,
that Detroit one?
Yeah.
03, 04, right?
I was in the 6th grade.
Oh, that made me feel old.
Yes.
This made me feel old.
Turned up at the parade.
I bet y'all did.
For real.
I was out of high school for sure, going on my first reunion.
Lena, stop trying to get in that young conversation. You know you was well out of high school in 2003.
That's what I said. Well, I was almost making my way to my first
You in there with me, baby.
We should have.
So Lena, you graduated in what, 97?
Yep, 97.
We should have beat the Spurs, but goddamn it, we goddamn Robert Horry fucked up all.
You talking about Mr. Clutch? That's who you talking about. You better put some respect on that name.
Oh yeah, we definitely respect that.
I can't believe this is gonna be the last show.
I mean, on JBJ, I'm still gonna do what it do, but it's on JBJ.
You gotta put a link again to your other channel.
Oh yeah. I do that for y'all. Yeah, man, y'all, look, Sports Soccer Rob, subscribe to Sports Soccer Rob, man. I got a lot of things coming up, doing some more interviews and stuff with some athletes. Shout out to my man Brandon Cotton. We got some things coming up together as well. Then check me out, Motivation Heart. Got a show coming out, Motivate and Conquer. You know what I'm saying? Empowering young minds. So I got some movement going on. So,
That's good.
got some movement.
Well, all right. So real quick. So Oscar Robinson stats: 25.7. You can basically say 26 points per game.
Mm-hmm.
That's 7.5 or 8. You can say for rebounds per game. 9.5 or you can say 10 assists per game. And he had a .485 field goal percentage.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Kidd had 12.6 points per game, 8.7 assists per game, and 6.3 rebounds per game with 1.9 steals.
But that's why I say you got to go to the plus minus for them two guys. Because I'm willing to say that Jason Kidd is better than Oscar Robinson as a point guard. Was Oscar a stat monster like Westbrook? Yes, he was. Is anybody going to say Westbrook is better than Jason Kidd? I don't think so.
Let's be honest here. He has 6 assist champions. He's the 6-time assist champion. Jason's only 5 times.
What that mean?
What you mean? What that mean?
Robert Horry got 7 championships. Is he the best at his position? Come on, let's not do that.
But we talking about point guard, right? Okay.
Yeah, but
point guard, 6-time.
So we're talking about individual. We can't go to the team one to justify his ability. Because again, when you go to Robert Horry, you're not going to make that argument. Robert Horry is going to be the outlier, right?
So when we're talking about point guards and assists, that's primarily what they would make, that wouldn't count as an argument.
So would you pick Rasheed Wallace or would you pick Robert Horry based on the championships? Rasheed Wallace, got 3?
I never said championships. I said assist champ. Assist champ. That's
Same
by
difference.
himself.
Same difference.
Oh Lord. Okay.
Same difference.
Okay.
I mean, you got to look at their effect on the team. That's why I'm asking you to go to the plus minus. What did he do for his team? Because that's what we measure a point guard by, how they run the offense, right?
Oh, well, you want to talk about that, then I guess if you want to say assist beyond regular season overall.
You keep changing what I'm saying. Go to the plus minus.
Oh, Lord. Like I'm supposed to read this as figure out which one's the plus minus.
Come on, you a sports guy. You don't know what the plus minus category is?
Well, I be in sports.
Man, you are Mr. Sports. You are that dude.
No. That's
man. I'm losing all my faith in humanity now, Wally.
Hey, let's do this. Let's take this. Let's take this to the back chat, y'all.
All right.
We got the 2-hour mark, but we're gonna we'll do the final thoughts. First thing first, shout out to my boy JBJ for letting me hold it down on the Tuesdays doing the sports shows. Appreciate it, my brother. I'll be back, football season with JBJ. You know how we do with football season. Lions is coming. I can't wait. Our niggas are not gonna like me when the NFL season start. But
shit.
But
you say you want that smoke.
Yeah. So I appreciate everybody that's been supporting the show. You can still catch me on Sports Talk with Rob. I'm also doing a lot of videos over there. Like I said, to be more so pre-recorded videos and things like that. More so try to cover more on the Lions. I plan on being at the training camp over there this summer.
And shout out to the people, man, who used to rock with you, who ain't been coming around that much. Marcus, shout out to Marcus. right?
Oh yeah, shout out to Marcus. Shout out to you, Israel, Wiley, Lena, Defno,
Big up to Death Note,
Smitty,
God's gift.
So a lot of people, man. Shit. Grace, Raz Girl, all y'all. Land on the Heartless, you know, my first time seeing on the channel, you know what I'm saying? Thanks for coming through. You know, hey man, it's been real, you know. So but Israel, final thoughts on the show.
Hey man, we just appreciate what you've done, man, for the network. You know, we love you, man. Hopefully we can continue to support you in your future endeavors, man, and let us know how we can help, my brother.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely you already know we tap in. So but yeah, appreciate that, man.
I mean, don't make too much money with Wiley. You know what I'm talking about.
Nah.
Man, look here. Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
But
don't leave us little dudes behind, you know. Be a millionaire like Wiley on the low, you know.
No.
He got that. He got that.
I
Wiley,
got that
King
even.
of Miami down that motherfucker, man.
Hell no. I'm broke. You tripping.
That's exactly what Dwayne Wade say, man. All y'all
Nah. See, D-Wade was lying. He know good and well he had money.
But Lena, final thoughts on the show. You just got here.
I've been watching though. You
Yep.
know, I'll be on my way to work.
Yeah, but
Lena ain't got no job like Tommy. She
I
say
can
she
show
be
y'all
at
my
work.
job.
We don't believe it. She just be at somebody's house. We don't know that's no job.
I got work for real. I'm gonna show y'all through in the back
I'll
chat.
just play. I'll play with you.
I'm wishing you the best, Rob. I pray that your channels continue to grow. I love your content and just wishing you the best.
Yo, shout out to Wobb's wife for putting up with us, man. Because she, you know,
Shout out to her. She the real
shout out
MVP.
shout out to your wife, man.
For sure. I'm pretty sure she appreciate that. But yeah, I appreciate that. Lena, shout out to Chicago. I'm planning on being in Chicago soon. See my one of my best friends.
Yeah, take your gun with you, man. Them girls is wilding out there.
Yeah.
Lean out there shooting motherfuckers, man.
But Wally.
Yeah. Well, my final words is, another great show. Also, hey man, look to everything you're gonna be working on. You know what I'm saying? You halfway there on one part, so just get it done.
Yeah, for sure. Appreciate it. And shout out what you got going on real quick.
Tomorrow, for anyone that's still here, tune in for tomorrow.
Oh, weekly drop.
Oh no, not weekly. No, not the weekly drop. That show has changed. We got a new show for the JBJ Network. We're trying to be more, prioritized for the network. Trying to really, develop the network out versus, talking about our own shows.
What's the new name?
The new name is Current Inside Affairs. That's gonna be the new. That's gonna be the JBJ. So basically, shout out to CIA. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. Okay.
You can thank JBJ for that because technically it was supposed to be the other way around. It was supposed to be CAI, but he said CIA, so it made more sense and puts more fun.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So y'all check out that first new show of tomorrow for the live show.
All right. Cool.
All right, and also, man, I want to say happy birthday to my oldest daughter, man. She turned 8 today.
That was up. Congratulations.
That's why my energy was a little down because we've been busy all damn day with her. But happy birthday to my baby girl. But yeah, man, it's been real, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure y'all still see my face on the network. You know what I'm saying? So, but appreciate y'all, love y'all, and we out this thing, man. Peace, Sports Talk Garage, JBJ Network.
Perfect.